What's going on, Charles Botensten? So I was actually on my way home, and it's 8:20 p.m. right now. I had over a 12-hour day at work, and I was on my way home, and then I just checked my iCharles.com, which is obviously the blog, and there was an email that came through from someone, and it was so passionate, it was so long and I could relate to it because a lot of it was who I was when I was younger, that I was like, I got to do a video. I can't just do a reply via email. I'm like, words. And that's the thing is, if you're selling or you're doing any kind of negotiating, you have to do it over the phone. Like I have one of my agents today, I was talking to him, I said, you need to negotiate over the phone. Like you can't hear voice. You can't hear how strong someone is or how weak someone is. So that's why I'm doing this over my phone. I'm doing it old school, baby. All right, so he goes, big fan of yours. Thank you so much. That's weird to hear, actually. I'm not going to lie. He goes, obsessed with books and videos, Grant Cardone, blah, blah, blah. You're right. So I'm going to leave out the details. Obviously, you wouldn't even know who the person is anyway. But he goes, they're only 20 years old, and they're confused with their life. They're trying to make everything work. I'm broke. They hate sales, and they're new immigrant to Canada. So I'm assuming they're, not American. We'll just go out on that. And he goes, I've only been there for 2 years, and that... he had a sales job and he hated it and it sucked and he hated his life and his job and his torture, and he's been through a lot from a corrupt country. I had a plan to be great at soccer, blah, 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 and he's been playing, or she's been playing, maybe, I don't know, have been playing since they've been 4. And they, obviously as a newcomer, I don't have that much money, and I'm finishing up schooling. I live with my parents and they give me room and pay for basic food, but I'm broke and need money to improve my life, but also need time to get my 3 workouts, which is awesome, to soccer, sleep my 8 hours before 10 p.m. And he goes, I'm stuck. I need other skills and obsession, and his other obsessions are guitar, personal training, martial arts, blah, blah, blah. So I know that was pretty long, and I didn't really read it out that well. Obviously I was reading it, trying to translate it, not, keep, he goes, appreciate the advice highly, Charles. Well, listen, man, what I could say is, where was I at 20 years old? I was finishing up my last year of college. I also had no money. I was in York College of Pennsylvania. You could look it up. It's in the middle of nowhere. And by no money, I mean no money. I mean that I owed the bank money because I withdrew every time I took out money. I would go out, and the most money I would ever have was $5. I never belonged to a gym. I never had a car. I never had cable. My first cell phone was freshman year of college. It's like, so I guess I'll start here. Number one is you have to see a brighter future, or else you're not going to do anything. If you don't see a brighter future, it's like someone that wants to lose weight and they're getting married. I have a buddy, his wife and him are going to the gym like every single day because they're both getting married. And they're looking forward to that bright day, that bright sunny day. And it's the same thing with your life. If you don't see a brighter future, you're never going to start. You're never going to start. It's the people that like give up and they're like, fuck it, I don't really care. It's, I don't see a bright future, so I'm not going to do it. The people that see the brightest future, the people like the Steve Jobs, the Elon Musk, the people that see just like, holy cow, the Richard Bronson, these guys, Tony Hsieh, who started Zappos, that just saw such a bright future that they kept on going and they persevered through the lowest times. Do you know how much money I've given to banks because I've overdrew? I was a waiter, and after an 8-hour shift in Pennsylvania, I would make $30. I would get stiffed all the time. I graduated college, and my first job out of college was the Olive Garden. Dude, it's not about, yes, I'll say it's not about the money. It's about the vision. So you say, okay, great, Charles. What the freak do you talking about, the vision? The vision, I mean, is if you don't actually see a brighter future. So how do you see a brighter future? You have to start doing things. The good thing is you're going to look at it and be like, you know what? You tried sales and it didn't work out. Fantastic. I tried engineering and I wanted to jump off the tallest building in New York City because I hated it. You hated sales, so at least you know this is the good thing. You have to see the good thing. The good thing is you're like, that's not me. That's not me. Sales is not me. Before my phone, there we go. My phone was charged, but it wasn't actually plugged into the little cord. I'm on like 4% battery, so hopefully this doesn't crap out on me. But that's the thing is, you have to try a bunch of things. I did a video recently about high school and college. In high school, you need to learn as much as you can. Learn everything you can about everything. I didn't have the internet. I didn't have YouTube. You have YouTube. That's free. This is free advice. Books, PDFs is all online, pretty much for free. I didn't have any of that. I had to go to a library and then maybe the book was there, and if the book wasn't there, I had to go and buy it at $15, $20 for the hardcover, and there were no reviews. Like, there has to be some perspective of the world that you live in right now. Like, yes, I understand that money is huge. I didn't belong to a gym. If you have sneakers, you have a gym. What does that mean? Go out and run. Push-ups. Michael Jordan, look up his workout routine. The guy, he did, I think, 500 push-ups, 500 sit-ups, and 500 squats every single day. How much does that cost? Goose egg. And the reason I'm fired up is not at you, it's, I wish I had this advice. This is free advice I'm giving you. This costs nothing. You don't need money to work out. You don't need money to find out things that you need to do. Just look it up. I wish I knew, and people talked about engineering and being a waiter and a bartender and a landscaper and someone that mowed lawns, because those are all the jobs I did. I did door-to-door sales. I was like, okay, I don't want to go door-to-door. I'll take that out, but I like the interacting with people. The good thing is, listen, I understand you're broke. Take any fucking job. Any job. I'm sorry I'm cursing at you, but this isn't for you. This is also, like I said, what I should have done. I was complaining about making $30 on an 8-hour shift. Well, guess who chose that job? I did. No one was forcing me. As much as everything you want to say about, you know, having money and whatever, you have a roof, you have food. I don't care how much. That's already more than 2/3 of the world. Everything has to be put in perspective. You sent me an email. So that means you have internet access. You have, your English is amazing. So like, you're in Canada. Like, what else do you need? What else do you need? No one's gonna give money out. No one's gonna give money out. Like I said, imagine caddying or mowing lawns or landscaping in June, July, and August. Okay? That's what I did. That's when I noticed, wow, this really sucks a lot. But there was no option. There was no option. There was nothing I could have done. So when I say, you know, when Gary Vaynerchuk says that the comments that he receives give him oxygen, it's the same with me, is because I'm 31. Imagine that. You're 20. So if you took half your age, half the time you've been on planet Earth, that is only 4.5 years longer than you've been alive. Okay? Or there's so many ways of thinking about it. I'm 11 years older than you. Imagine that. Imagine yourself in 11 years. I know you can't. I know you can't, because I couldn't. I looked at 31 and I was like, those people are like almost dead. They're like, they should just give up. You know, where's their AARP card? Like, come on, bro. I look at 31, I'm young as hell. So number one is learn as much as you can in high school. I know you're not in high school and college. Do as much as you can. All right? So this is a verbal smackdown that I didn't get. My dad was too busy working. My mom was too busy working. I didn't get the attention. And maybe that's why I want the attention. Or maybe that's why I want to do things that I want to do instead of being told what to do. School, society, you know, my teachers, they all told me what to do. And I'm like, I don't want to listen to what you want to do. So I'm going to go do... Listen, with learning, I can tell you right now, the more you learn, the more you earn. The more you learn, the more you learn, the more you earn. Work on yourself 1% every single day. I'm telling you right now, I live in one of the harder cities to live in, New York City. You know, it's hustlers and whatever. I literally walk around, I'm like, I'm part of the 1%. I'm not talking about money, because we have the most amount of billionaires and the second most amount of first amount in the city or in the world. The most amount of billionaires and the second most amount of millionaires. The average price of an apartment in New York City is $2 million. It's over $2 million. Okay, so I'm not part of the 1% in New York City. Well, maybe, I don't know. I don't know how they do that. I mean, the 1% when I'm walking around and I'm like, I'm going to crush this city. In 10 years, I'm going to walk around, and it's not because of the fame that I'm going for. It's just, it's natural when you learn and you want to get better. You start questioning your beliefs in the shit you've been told, and then you start saying, that isn't right. That way of going through life is not right. Right now in your mind, I understand it's the money. And we all went through that, or a lot of us went through that. You have food on your table, you have a roof over your head, you have internet access. That's what I had. But I didn't have the internet like it is today. You're getting all this shit for free. Take advantage of it. Get the worst job you can until you move up. Do what I did. West York Diner off I-85. Look it up on Google Maps. That's where I worked. I had and I'm not just saying this to say this, and I know this is really long. It took me, I had to wait 15 minutes for the bus. Or no, I took a bus that was half an hour to a stop that I had to wait 15 minutes to then take another bus to go somewhere else. So when I say to actually do better for yourself, the whole time I was reading. And you have podcasts. You have, which I'm actually going to be starting on Saturday, just a little plug there. So, dude, I love you, man. You needed this like I needed this when I was younger. And this apply. I don't care what gender you are, all right? Equality is equality, as Gary Vaynerchuk. I don't care if you are 5 or you're 55. If you're black, you're white, you're Spanish, you're gay, you're straight, you're a man, you're a woman, you're from planet Mars, or you're not even from a planet. You produce the best product, you produce the best service. This is the internet age. There are no excuses. There are none. I don't sell an apartment. The owner tells me today, I don't care. I don't care. You do what you're paid to do. It's the same thing with you. Is get a job. You have a lot more. Be appreciative. Be happy now. Money is not the cure-all. I'm telling you right now. It helps out, but better yourself. All right? Woo! That felt good. I'm sorry. But no, I'm not, because that's what you needed and that's what I needed. All right, guys, leave your comments below. That's a 15-minute video. So I'm ready to go home. It's now 8-something p.m. I just produced an 11-part series for owners that are selling their home. It is 8:32 p.m. New York City time. Have an awesome day. Subscribe to the video. Leave your comments below. Talk to you soon. Get on it. Let's go. You only have one life at this.